I don't know if you guys remember because it just went completely buried. And it's a fascinating thing to see how, depending on, and it goes to show, like when we talk about the enemies of the people, corporate press, and how a lot of, I did it in the last segment. I think it was in the last show, maybe the show before, where I'm discussing how a lot of what you know and how you converse about certain topics is just completely manufactured. It's deception. It's smoke. It's mirrors. It's not actually what's taking place. It's what guys that are in control of information. Not in this, nobody controls it as much because with the internet, but it's like what people consider as the more legitimate forms of information. Those people control narratives. They control entire narratives. And if they decide to pump something up, even, I mean, hell, even on social media, I talk about internet, even on social media, like trending topics on Twitter, it's manufactured. You'll see things that are trending that have like 1,500 tweets or something. Like, well, that didn't make sense because it's manufactured. They wanted to get it trending, and then they'll have more after. Manufactured. I don't know if you guys remember, and it wasn't that long ago. It might have been a week. A dude ran into the Capitol building and killed a police officer, or killed a Capitol building officer. Did y'all just realize how that story just completely just disappeared? Like, it's not a thing. Like, nobody's talking about that. And when you consider like that was that whole instance of Capitol, I mean, they couldn't stop talking about this Capitol riots and everything, which we also found out about that. And we found out that it was a lie. A lot of it was a lie. We know about the whole police officer getting bashed, for example, with a beat to death with a fire extinguisher. That was a lie, right? We know that even surrounding that, there was a lot of fibs being told. But you were thinking, how guarded that spot is now. But y'all do understand that there was an instance, and you think because of what happened over there with the Capitol riots, the insurrection. I know there's certain YouTubers that hate when I do quotes like that and I say insurrections. Doesn't matter. Nonetheless, there was a story where a man rammed into the sort of Capitol. He ended up killing two Capitol building officers. Now you may be wondering why that story just went and got buried. Certainly, when the riots took place, and that was one of the first things that they talked about, beat to death with all people that claim to be so anti-police and ACAB, they were like, oh my God, we're holding vigils, we're doing everything. These Capitol building officers just, how could y'all do this? Find out that it wasn't he didn't fit the bill, let's say that, of what they generally would have expected. Because if it was some white Trump supporting son of a bitch that just ran in there, oh my God, that would have been insurrection 2.0. We still be talking about that. Oh, these white supremacists, they're a problem here. Oh my God. They're an issue. They have to be stopped. Well, they couldn't do that this time because the suspect was a black guy, and that guy, wait a minute, what happened? I can't even find stories about this. It's like it never happened. It's like it never happened because it's manufactured. Why did you hear more about the story of that one cat? Right, I'm just using this as an example. The story of that one cat that shot that white guy that shot up the massage parlors had nothing. It didn't have anything to do with race, right? Non-Asian people were killed as well, but that's the angle that they wanted to take. White man bad, Asian hate, blah blah blah. That's why he did it. Never mind that had nothing to do with why he did what he did. Believe it or not, people can have violent acts committed against them and it not be because of their race or something like that. Anyway, you want to know why that got talked about less than the Syrian dude going to shoot up the spot? You want to know why that got talked about? More. They got talked about more and got the Syrian guy shooting up. You want to know why I got talk about less? Just same reason. Manufactured. They get you to focus on what they want you to focus on. And if there's a social preference or a social agenda that they can kind of perpetuate, then that's what it is they're going to do. But with the Capitol thing, I've never seen a story, I don't know, in recent years get buried as fast as that. That was special. That was special because it's like it never got talked about. Remember, I thought it was just so sacred. I mean, I know that it wasn't necessarily the guy going all the way into the buildings and kicking his feet up on Nancy Pelosi's desk. But oh my God, how could someone do that? You think that would be, no. The overall thing that I want you to take into consideration, however, is the fact that, look, man, you have to take everything that is being shown to you with a grain of salt. And what I encourage you all to do, this is just me advice to you guys. When you hear a story, look at it in its context with the rest of the world and the rest of what's going on. Look at it in context, meaning that you should look at it and you say, okay, I know that this is the angle that they're taking, but does this angle actually make sense? And sometimes it does. Oftentimes it does not. So just think about it. And before you decide to get outraged, before you decide to even comment on it, think about it in that context. How manufactured is this? Is it real? Is there something that I need to be hyper emphasizing? Or is it something that I'm being told to hyper emphasize? Which one is it? Because you often see, we're definitely on the subject of race, a lot of how we discuss that topic is just stuff that people are being told, and that's the capacity of what we discuss it at. It's not within like a realm of like reality or context of like American culture. It's simply not. It's they told you that this is the case. A lot of people need this to be true, that this is the case. They have to have it be true because they have nothing else. Definitely these race hustles, nothing else. A lot of what you discuss and a lot of what you talk about is just stuff that you were told to talk about. Makes you think, what? You just watched a clip from my podcast, For Canon's Sake. Catch us live at 12 p.m. throughout the week over at youtube.com/YoungRipper59 and follow us over at odyssey.com/@YoungRipper59. If you want to watch the entire video cast after the show is over, just be sure to become a member on the YouTube channel. Of course, the full audio portion of the podcast is available for free on all major digital platforms, or just visit forcanonsake.com.